coming back to school with me. We could have done it all so easily.
Hi, my name is Craig Thompson Wood. I'm the board game teacher. Thanks for coming to my games room. Today we're taking a look at Crossing by Cocktail Gates. So looking at the report card for Crossing, I'm going to give the number of players a B+. I give it the B+ because it plays from 3 to 6 players, and so it's not able to play any sort of solo modes, and it's not able to go more than 6. So it's limited in that way. But the nice thing about the game is that regardless of the number of players you have, it's not going to take really any longer. It's the number of players can increase the fun without increasing the time. So B+. For learning, I'm going to give the game a C. It has some learning in there, some simple mathematics, addition and multiplication, really. I guess subtraction too, as you see how the game is played. But overall, there's really not a heavy emphasis on any of this. It's just more for fun. And so, yeah, just a C for the learning. For fun, I'm going to give this game an A. We've had a great time with this game, and every time we bring it out at family parties or anything like that, it's always a big hit. For people who are not really into board games, this is a great one because it's so quick, and you can just sort of say, hey, we'll just play a quick game. They can maybe watch the first game, see how it's played, and they're like, oh, okay. Then they feel comfortable to come in because it's very simple. It says for ages 8+, but we played with younger than that. We played even, I think some of them maybe as young as 5. It's a very simple game, but you know they catch on to it quickly enough, and it's a ton of fun. So A. For time, I'm going to give the game an A. It says that the game takes 15 minutes, but I think that it's actually probably quicker than that. That's including, 15 minutes would be including setup and cleanup, and still probably may not even take that long for one game. It's the kind of game you can play with a few rounds over and over again, back to back to back, depending on the time that you have, or maybe for a quick indoor recess game or something. Definitely not the kind of game you want to be playing in the classroom during class time because it can get quite excitable. But other than that, it's just so quick, so easy, so I give it the A. For cost, I'm going to give the game an A. The game only costs about $20, maybe a little bit less at Level Up Games, and so it's a really inexpensive game, especially when you're considering that you're getting up to 6 people involved in this at once. And even if you have more than other people who want to play and can't play in the first round, the fact that it's over with so quickly, you can just have a little sign-up sheet or something to say, okay, well, these 6 people are playing the first game, and then the next 6 are going to play another game. Or buy multiple copies because it's really not that expensive, and it's a very fun game, and the kids will enjoy it. So just to reiterate what I said earlier, this game is really not one that I would consider using for classroom use. There's really not enough learning in here, and it's just a little bit too noisy for classroom use. But a great game, fantastic game for board game clubs, and I would also recommend this one for home, particularly when you're playing with a mixed group of kids and adults, because the adults aren't going to necessarily have any advantage over the kids in this one. It's a fairly because of the simplicity of the game, but still a lot of strategy and a lot of fun. Or it could also be used for indoor e-breaks or something like that for when your kids are inside, and just a fun game to have handy. So let me open up the box and show you how this game is played.
So I just want to set up the game of Crossing here, just so I can show you how easy it is to set up. So let's just take off the lid, take out the bag of gemstones, take this out, put that to one side. If I'm setting up the full player count, I'm going to have all 5 of these mushroom tiles laid out here. And then each one of the players is going to get one of these. Let me see if I can get those in here. So, normally you'd have these spread out a bit more. And let's put each of these out like so. So you want the character side up, not there's like different vehicles like blimps and birds and things like that. So you have the character side up for each. Okay. And then anytime you have empty mushrooms, including the start of the game, you're going to put 2 gems on each mushroom. So I'm going to reach inside the bag, randomly pick out 2, put them there. Randomly take 2, put them there. Randomly take 2, put them there. Randomly take 2, put it there. And randomly take 2 and put it there. So you'll see that there's these different colors of gemstones. There's the primary colors of red, yellow, and blue. Then you also have these transparent or, white ones, if you will. So they're worth different points. So every gem at the end of the game that you still have in your possession is going to be worth 1 point. If you have a full set of gems, then they're going to be worth 5 points. Now a set of gems is the red, yellow, and blue together. So a set of red, yellow, and blue is worth 5 if you get the whole set together, and every translucent one is worth 2 on its own. So 3 translucent gems are worth more than even a set of the 3 colored ones together. So they're good ones to get as well. Every turn, what's going to happen is you're just simply going to say, give a countdown or count up. I tend to do a 1, 2, 3 point thing, or you can do 3, 2, 1 point. However you choose to do it, every player is going to say 3, 2, 1 point, and they're going to point at one of the mushrooms. And you have to be very clear as to which one you're pointing, and do not change your mind afterwards, otherwise you will be disqualified from the round. So say I point at this one, but say this person is also pointing at this one. If more than one person is pointing at the same mushroom, they get nothing. But if only one person is pointing at a mushroom, then they get all the gems that are on it and to the thing. So let's just say at the end of the round, it looks like this, and these two, so we'll put there like that. So these two people pointed at this one together, and the rest of us got these gems. So this one still has 2 gems. The other ones have 1 gem each. Pardon me, I'm tilting my camera. So what I'm going to do is when there's still gems on there, you put 1 more gem on there. And then there's 2 gems here, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. And this is where the game gets really interesting for a couple of reasons. One is now we have 1, which seems the more obvious choice, particularly with that delicious white one there, worth 2 points all on its own. It's a very tempting one because it's worth more than others. So does that mean, though, that more than one person is going to point at it? Or is there the reverse psychology of thinking, nah, I'm not going to go for that one because everybody else is going to, so we all end up pointing at other ones and that one gets left again? You just don't know. But also, at this time now that people have some gems on their cards, instead of pointing at a mushroom, you can always point at another player's board. And if you are again, just like the rules with the mushrooms, if you are the only person pointing at the player board, you then take their gems away from them. Now, this can be circumvented. If I had a whole bunch of gems on my board and I'm starting to get concerned, I'm thinking, yeah, I can't take chances with this anymore. I pushed my luck enough because, I like getting more gems from the center. When we say 1, 2, 3 point, if I point at my own board, then what happens is if anybody else is pointing at my board, too bad. I then take all my points and I'm traveling to my secret hiding place, and these gems are now safe for the rest of the game. But that means I'm out of the next round as well. So while everybody else gets I don't get anything for the round where I'm pointing here to keep my thing safe, but I'm also I'm gone for the next round where I'm not going to get more points from the center. So timing it when to go, when not to go can be a tricky choice. But there's all this fun talking that happens, saying, okay, well, you go for this, I'll go for this, and you do this, and people just backstabbing and betraying each other, and it's very fun. So if we're scoring up at the end of the game, I would simply look at all of my gemstones. So I'd put them all together. I'd make a set here of 5. That's 5 points. That's worth 2 points. So that's a total of 7. And each one of these, because it's not part of a set, is worth 1 more. So that'd be 8, 9, 10 points. So if this is my score at the end of the game, I'd have 10 points. This is where I'm saying you get some simple addition, subtraction. Well, subtraction if you're getting your points stolen away and you want to dwell over how many points you lost. But some multiplication. So if I had another one here, so I've got 2 sets of 5, 2 5s are 10, and a 1. If I had more than one of these, I have how many sets of 2? Add that to that. So again, simple addition, not really much to it, but the fact is it's just a very fun, fast game, and one that I do recommend.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for Crossing. If you have any questions about Crossing or you have any other suggestions for games that you might like to see on the channel, please leave me a message in the comment section below. If you have any ideas about things you might like me to talk about on the channel, or you have ideas of know of any conferences or things like that coming up, please, again, leave me a message in the comment section below. I do love to hear from the viewers. But until next time, I'm Craig Thompson with the Board Game Teacher saying thanks for coming to the classroom.
Are you coming back to school with me. We could have done it all so